Good morning, I hope you're all well today. Welcome to our Wednesday maths lesson. Today's learning objective is to find and make number bonds to 20. And our steps to success are: I can calculate number bonds to 10. I know the number bonds to 10. I can use number bonds to 10 to identify number bonds to 20. And I can represent number bonds to 20 in different ways. Okay, time for our fast four. So question number one, how many does this numicon represent? Question two, these are number bonds for what? Question three, if 5 adds 2 equals 7, then 15 add 2 equals what? And number four, what number is this? Have a look at the number word, what number is it? Okay, hopefully you've written your answers down. Let's see how many you got right. So number one, how many? Well, we have an 8 here and a 2 here. So 8 add 2 equals 10. One of our number bonds to 10. These are number bonds for which number? 5 add 2 and 3 add 4. They both equal 7. So they are both number bonds for 7. Number 3, if 5 add 2 equals 7, then 15 add 2 equals what? Well, I can see something that's the same. The ones are the same. So if the ones are the same, then there must be 7 ones, but I can also see 1 10. So 1 10 and 7 ones equals 17. Look, there's that pattern again. The ones are the same. And then what number is this? It is the number 13. Well done if you got those right. So Stevie's big question this morning. It's another true or false. So Stevie says, I've used my number bonds to work out 15 add 3. Is that true or false? Okay, so Stevie, this is her workings here. She's drawn her part-whole model. She's broken it up into 3 parts, just like we practiced last lesson. So she said that 15 add 3 equals 9. Can that be true? No, it can't be true, can it? Because if we are adding, then the whole number should be the biggest number. And 9 is certainly not the biggest number. So I wonder what she's done wrong. Can you see? What has she done wrong? That's right. She has broken up the number 15 into 1 1 and 5 ones. But that's not right, is it? It's not 1 1, it's 1 10 exactly. So this part should be 10, not 1. So it's 10 add 5 add 3. So we know our number bonds within 10, we can work them out. So just pause here to work out what is 5 add 3. So 5 add 3 is 8. So I know that I have 10 and 8 is the same as 15 add 3. So 10 add 8 equals 18. Well done if you worked that out. So great to have you here helping Stevie with her mistakes. Okay, so today's vocabulary, it's the same vocabulary that we used yesterday and we've used for the last few days. Just as a reminder, add and plus means put together amounts to calculate the total. Equals means equal to or the same as. Total means the whole number or amount. And number bonds means the addition of 2 numbers. And again, here's our part-whole model. Part add part equals whole. Join together to make the whole. Just a quick question before we move on. Do part whole models always need to look like this? Do they always need to be that way around? Well done if you said no. It doesn't matter what position they're in, does it? Sometimes we can have the whole number at the bottom and the two parts above, or the two parts to the side and the whole to the other side. It doesn't matter. It's just about looking at where those circles are and how they're joined. Okay, so let's start off by reminding ourselves of our number bonds to 10. That just means the two numbers that add together to make 10. So here we are with some representations. We've got, if you say them with me, 1 add 9 equals 10. And here's the picture of Mnemicon that shows it. 1 add 9. 2 add 8 equals 10. And here is our 2 add 8 representation. 3 add 7 equals 10. And there's our picture. 4 add 6 equals 10. Here it is. And finally, 5 add 5 equals 10. There's 5 add 5. And remember, the two numbers that we're adding can be swapped over, can't they? So 2 add 8 can also be 8 add 2. It's the same two parts, it's still a number bond to 10. Okay, now let's have a look. This is my turn. So if 8 add 2 equals 10, which we know it does because it's one of our number bonds to 10, and we can see if we move those two counters over, it would fill up the space to make 10. So if 8 add 2 equals 10, then we also know that 18 add 2 equals 20, and 8 add 12 equals 20, because we're just swapping over where the 10 goes. Okay. So now that we know that, can you help me work out if 3 add 7 equals 10, then what can we work out about number bonds to 20 from that number bond to 10? Can you think of two number sentences using that number bond to 10 to work out two number bonds to 20? Pause here to have a go. Okay, so if 3 add 7 equals 10, then we also know that 13 add 7 equals 20, and 3 add 17 equals 20. Well done if you worked that out too. So now it's time for your turn for your activities that you're going to send in to year1@palmeracademy.com. So 2 questions here, which are similar to the questions that we've just done. Now there's only one space for a number bond to 20 here, so extra bonus points if you can write down 2 number bonds to 20. Okay, now let's move on. So similar questions to before, but this time we're adding in different ways to represent these number bonds to 20. So we know that 6, it's the bottom 10 frame here, add 4 equals 10, which, as we just found out, means that we also know 16 add 4 equals 20. Now, can we use that to fill in our part whole model first, just like yesterday? See if we remember what to do. So the first part is 10. It's the 10 that's in 16. Here it is. And then here it is in the number sentence. So the first part is 10. And then the second part is how many ones are in 16. And here it is in our 10 frame as well. So 6 ones. And then the final part is the part that we are adding, which is, that's right, it's 4. Okay, so we've represented our number 1 to 20 as a part whole model. And now we're going to have a go at representing it as a bar model. We have looked at this quite briefly a few times, so you might know what to do already with smaller numbers, but let's have a look at how we do it with our larger numbers, number bonds to 20. And it's just the same as when we do it in a part whole model. So the bigger part, you can see here the 3 parts in the bar model, are different sizes, and they represent how the numbers or the parts are different sizes, because we know that 10 is a bigger part than 6 and a bigger part than 4. So 10 goes in here. And what number do we think goes here? That's right, it's 6. Which must mean that this part is 4. Okay, so it's very similar to a part-whole model. It's just a different way of representing it, and it's called a bar model. We can also show the number 1 to 20 in this bar model, which only has 2 parts. Now, what part do you think this will be? We're using the same numbers that we've used so far. Yes, that's right, it's 16. Okay, because that is one of the parts of our number 1 to 20, and then the other part, of course, 4. Wow, we know lots of ways to represent number ones now, don't we? Let's see if we can have another try. So this one we'll do a bit more together. So have a little look at these number sentences and 10 frames. See what we're representing here. So we're representing number 1 to 10. Again, this time it's 1 add 9 equals 10. It is 1 add 9 equals 10. And again, because we're using our number ones to 10 to work out number ones to 20, we also know that 11, which is this 10 and this 1, add 9 equals 20. Now, can you pause here to have a try at representing this as a part-whole model with 3 parts and as a bar model, 2 bar models with those same parts? Okay, let's see how you got on. So the first part is that 10 exactly. So that 10 that's part of 11. And then the next part is the 1 exactly. Again, part of that 11. 11 is 10 and 1, or 1 10 and 1 1. And that just leaves us the 9 to add. Okay, so those are the 3 parts in our number 1 to 20, 10 and 1 and 9. Let's have a look at this bar model. Now I can see that this is the biggest part here. So that must be where the 10 goes. And then the 1 is going to go in this smaller part here. And the 9 must go here. And if we're representing it with just the 2 parts, it's going to be 11 and 9. Well done for having a go at that. And let me know if you got that right the first time round. So now it's your turn for your independent questions. So complete the number bonds and represent as a part-whole model and bar model. So have a read through. We've got questions 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the first thing is to work out the number 1 to 10 and then use that to work out your number 1 to 20 and then representing it in different ways. Okay, so pause here and then we'll move on to the challenge afterwards. So here is your challenge. You've got 4 different bar models and you need to work out the missing part from these bar models. So the missing number in the number 1 to 20. Okay, enjoy year 1 and I'll see you later.